Hey, welcome back to FTL Multiverse. We're still flying the Equinox, boarded or joined by Ellie the Equinoid, who is apparently a maniac in a horse suit. Yep. Just accept that that's a thing, and yeah. Okay. Energy sector, exit hyperspace, continue. We have a human, but a human doesn't work, right? Oh. Protocol supply. Oh. Thought you needed like an actual Angie to get that thing going. Okay, we need to get to that. Hopefully this time without. Let's go here first. Probably want to sell some stuff, so. No, we don't have the time for that. I've already cheated enough last episode with fleet delays. For a good cause. For a good cause. Big old flak. Yeah, we're looking for a potential outfit your crew with superior firearms and 30% extra damage in ranged combat. Yeah. Get sensors and clone bay. Or mind control. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can only get one more, so that has to be cloaking. This is why I don't like having drone control. I'm not saying it's going to be a dead system, but it's not going to get as much use as something like mind control or hacking. Cool. Parachute disabled, journeys come online again, and you salvage what you can from their ship. Easy. Wonder what else we can do in the lab. Nothing. So you can only tame them. Is Ellie here? No. Okay. I mean, I don't know if Ellie is human, but it apparently goes by the name Stefan. What's that beam we got? Powerful beam that cannot cause physical damage or rips breaches in the enemy's hull and pierces one shield. That'll be good to use against auto ships. Secure it. Sure. Another manager drone. We could use them on weapons, but let's see where this goes. Our wall of text awaits us. A rather bland and interesting law firm has been constructed nearby, with a sign that reads Armstrong and Lawrence Law Firm. Not that you've seen many in your day, but if you had to imagine, this one is unique in how mind-numbingly dull it is. Despite the drabness, it reeks of that particular potent odor of the wealthy, and staring at the building makes you want to commit more violence than ordinary. Probably best to get this over with quickly. You step aboard the law firm and gag on the musty smell of the office rooms. Ellie doesn't seem to be phased, as if she's been in this room many times before. The idea is reaffirmed as she flawlessly navigates her way through rows upon rows of cubicles and labyrinth-like office installments. She finally comes to a stop at door labeled Armstrong, which takes a gigantic, over-exaggerated breath, then slams her fist through the door and yanks it off its hinges. Inside the room, a thin, stick-like man glances up. If he's startled by this violent entrance, he sure doesn't show it. Stefan, back from the dumpster bin, are you? Huey lights a cigarette and leans back in his chair. You know you will have to pay for those damages, right? Your office smells terrible. Yes, and so do you. The man peers over his spectacles to get a better look at you. Judging from the ugly mug, I'm going to guess you're undesirables. Vigilantes, huh? So what if we are? Let me remind you that in the precedent of the Rusting Hulks incident, the Union outlawed vigilante work. Huey smiles smugly, as if he said something rather cunning. That means you're operating outside the law. And? Finally, the man's composure seems momentarily broken, as if he didn't expect you to not care about the law. Never mind, Stefan, would you care explaining why you've dragged this riffraff into the room? Ellie, however, isn't paying attention. Instead, she's wandered over to the wall, where you notice the only personal decorations you've seen in this entire building. Various framed and signed portraits of the former Ellie, the Equinoid show, are up on the wall, including Sandy Spider. Ellie, of course, is nowhere to be seen. Ellie laughs nervously. Huey, where's my... Wait, there was one, wasn't there? Various framed and signed portraits of the formerly Ellie, the Equinoid shows, are up on the wall. Yeah. She points to the wall where Sammy's photo is. Mine used to be right there, now it's just some insect. Children don't like insects, why would you do this? Why would you do this? Did you lose it? Huey frowns. No, I threw it away because you're a has-been. A washed-up lunatic with no future. The company had its use of you, but when Thorpe wanted you canned. Huey smiles as if he knows some kind of dark secret. It was inevitable and all your fault too. Notice Ellie has begun to shake and her eyes glaze over once again. My fault. Lady Equinoid is the most beloved character in all media of history. It would have been really good to actually have some background info on her, but the hell with it. Entertaining children washed up has been. My career isn't over, unlike yours that's about to be. She lunges over Huey, but the thin man slips out of the way and activates the panic switch under his desk. Alarms flashes and you can tell security has been alarmed. Time to get to work or get out of here. Security isn't quite what you expect, a rebel elite. In fact, if there was any clue that this firm might have been tied to Vance, this should be one. Either way, it's time to take down some rebels. Run, my little Equinoids, run. Well, that should be the last of that offense, though. It's safe to board. Find Huey again. By the time you land your ship, you're just in time to see Huey running out of the building. But he doesn't get far. Ellie jumps in the way and pushes him onto the concrete, resting her boot on his face and grinding it against the rough concrete. Huey's screams can only just be heard over Ellie's manic laughter. Stefan, stop. I will sue you to Kingdom Come. Only then does it seem to finally dawn on the dried-up lawyer that Ellie doesn't care about the legality of the situation. Okay, Stefan, listen. Maybe we can talk this through. Your beef is with Wentworth, right? Or the divorce. I know I represent your wife. Okay, so, well, no, we still don't really know if it's a he or a she. Represented your wife during a dispute. It was not a mistake. He struggles to spit out the word mistake, but I can get you in touch with Wentworth, okay? It can be useful, I can. Ellie spits on the ground next to Huey. The only thing I hate more than a double cross was one little double cross from both sides. What kind of generate morals did you teach your generation? I aspire to teach children positivity and friendship and kindness. Yeah, he is definitely off the deep end. We represent crooks and genocidal maniacs and keep them out of hot water when they want to start race riots that provoke civil wars. Ellie lingers on that last thought, as if she wants to say more but stops. She begins to reach for her knife slowly, making sure Huey can see her motive and quiver in fear. Cool. Ellie draws her knife and gets on her knee, holding the blade up to Huey's arm. She begins to cut away sections from his flesh while whistling a merry tune from her show. Yeah, she's... Okay, so it does say her here. I guess, so it's a she. At least I think that's what she's whistling, because you can't hear it very well between the screaming and sobbing from Huey. You notice various other workers fleeing the scene and turning to point and scream at Ellie's violence before them. Once the screams finally stopped and Huey's corpse is barely even recognizable, Ellie finally stops and gets up. The blood splatters over her uniform are fairly disconcerting, but you can tell Ellie has certainly been invigorated by this. Another one down, doo-doo-doo, super fences. People are starting to yell really loud here. Give me a sec. Alright, I think we got that sorted out now. Okay, oh, she's got a thing now. Combat damage is doubled and instantly breaks doors. That'll be good to remember. Let's check out the link. Oh, and I should talk to her again. Dang it. Orbiting. Can we take this thing on? Okay, well, that seems to be just a bomb. Doesn't mean that it's not dangerous. I should switch to charge because it's gonna be easier to take this ultimate shield down with it, but okay, that's a damaging one. Oh, come on. Getting some lucky dodges, though. I will admit to that. Slug gel. Come on, game. Okay, we're gonna be expecting mind control to kick in soon. And that was level 3 mind control, so that really would have been a hazard. I think I am gonna switch back to the Rancer, though. Once you start getting some damage and preventing it from repairing is going to be better, I think. Mind control would be problematic. I'm glad I took that down at least. There we go. Before an auto ship has been eliminated, you find a large help of scrap in the wreckage. Without the auto ship to disturb you, scout out the remaining wreckage. Appears most of the whole material is okay. Do we visit the Forge Master? I think we do. If he has a flag gun, I probably would be interested. He does not. Okay. What is all this stuff? Forged energized rooms. Use all that cruise. Strength skills with how much power is put in medbay. Jeez. You don't want to fight that guy. I get it. The hell with it. We need offense. I don't have anyone. Did we? Oh, I need to talk to. Finally staring at a pack of stolen cigarettes in her hand, pondering them deeply. When she notices you, she stashes them in her suit and spins around in a circle. Another day, another entry on the list to cross off. Super duper, blah blah blah, excited for the next one. Alright, who is it? We're going out from my old ex-friend Remy the Rekma. He plays poker with some friends at a local establishment and we're going to crash his little party. He was always so funny with his goofy accent and his big ears of his. Too bad he didn't have my back when I was sacked. I saw that little treacherous near-doll shaking hands with Sammy and welcomed him onto the cast a week before I got the pink slip, and traders deserve a little payback, don't you think? Why is it always out there? Here to here, here to here. Alright, fine, we'll beeline it. Starting to get a bit concerned about fuel, though. I got one fuel out of it. Okay. How many levels there will be to this? Nearby establishment is no casino nor bar. It's actually a militia outpost, albeit a fairly casual one. Various non-militia civilians wander about, and a section of the dining hall hosts a group of rough but friendly-looking militia soldiers engrossed in lively banter. It shouldn't take long to find them ready. Simply following the noise of the crowd of militiamen, you realize the banter is being casted over a routine poker game. As you approach, the contrasting bright pink of Ellie's suit causes many heads to turn. One man in particular, a very unusually small rockman, seems to be in the most shocked of all. Stefan, what the blaze are you doing here? The rockman pulls out a seat and offers Ellie to sit, but she ignores him. Remy, I found you. Found you. You thought you could hide from me? Well, you were wrong. Wait, you're the one who plays Remy? Rockman nods. Yes, that's not something you'd find out without digging. I don't know why I took the job. It's been nothing but hell. It's why I also run this militia gig. The union has no laws protecting the equal pay of immigrant species, and I was never paid as much as anyone else. Certainly not as much as Stefan. Upon mentioning the other actor in the room, Rockman turns back to Ellie. Stefan, we're not at work right now. You don't need to call me Remy anymore. It's just Goss. Goss sticks out his hand, which you instantly shake despite the purpose of your mission here. The friendly and unintimidating composure of the Rockman has disarmed you. Even Ellie seems a bit reserved. Even still, she sticks to the script. Remy, you can lie all you want, but Ellie knows the truth. She's an honest horse, and she knows a liar well. Goss seems genuinely hurt. Stefan, are you accusing me of getting you fired? We've been friends since day one. You were the only one on that cast that treated me like an actual person and not some kind of alien defect or unwanted invader. We used to go for rides in the Equinox. We designed merchandise ideas together. We hung out after work almost weekly. What they did to you was terrible. It's a large reason why I quit. But being nice to the newcomer doesn't mean I turn my back on you. Michael seems like a good guy and he's a great actor. Good with kids and he plays Sammy well. He's certainly nowhere as dedicated to the role as you are, but you can't blame him for a decision made all the way up the ladder WI when they bought the studio. Ellie begins to scream and shout, kicking over tables and tearing up some paintings on the wall. Started by sudden violent actions, multiple militia soldiers have abandoned the poker game and now have their hands on their weapons. Liar, 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 you're a rat, a traitor. Don't lie to Ellie, she knows the truth. My friends are here, will back me up, right? You won't betray me, would you, super fan? Oh. Well, you're fighting off all these militiamen. Beside you, you stand your ground behind Ellie. Goss seems at a loss, but the militiamen don't hesitate. The threat now apparent, the station turns hostile and you have a fight on your hands. That's a lot of borders. Missiles! Because you gotta have missiles. More borders. Are you sure about that? Well, we're making friends. Militia station has been damaged to the point it can no longer function and surrenders. Really, how? During the fight, Goss appears to have been gravely wounded. By the time you find him, his death already seems imminent. Ellie traces her way around the room, dragging the knife against the walls in deep concentration. Never once does she make eye contact with the Rockman. Finally, she paces back to the center of the room and stands over Goss, staring him in the eyes. This is what happens to traitors, Remy. Do me a favor and say hi to Sammy in the HE double hockey sticks. Really? Hell is where you draw the line? Well, he does do kid shows. Ellie performs one single swipe of a knife against God's throat, sealing his fate. As the rockman bleeds out on the floor, Ellie wipes the blood from her knife and marches out of the room with less of her usual childlike manner. And my crew is back. Okie dokie. Wasn't expecting that to happen the way it did. Alright, Ellie. What state are you in now? Double speed and attacks and melee combat are 4 or 5. Yeah, she's getting good. Well, let's hope she doesn't ever turn against me. Oh my god, it's taking over again. They really like making me do these rebel dives. Enjoy waiting you to beacon with the weapons online. Explore complaining computer viruses wanted for hostile acts against the NG. NG grow restless and attack. Yeah, you really shouldn't have. You really shouldn't have done that, sport. NG crew dead, you detect the virus has abandoned your ship and disappeared somewhere in the system of NG vessel. It will likely infect whatever NG ship passes next, but your mission is too vital to risk reinfection by stopping it. Should probably just leave you here. You here somewhere. Nice in the center of all things. Accept their offer of surrender. Oh, here we go again. Another day, another dive. Okay. Now we're stuck waiting on this, but our engine should be charging. Hopefully quickly enough. Yep. Coalition, sure. Let's get into some fights. Missile weapon, of course. Since our teleporter and stuff is down on cooldown anyway. I might not fight or shoot them too much, because that's just an invitation for ESB to show up. chain flag gun. Fuel. Yeah, we could use that. Okay, you start fixing, please. Alright, well that's gonna do it for this episode though. Thanks for watching Extended Series. I'll see you guys on next episode. Bye everyone.